Well, hey there, neighbor. It's me, Angie. Come on over. I'm out in my front yard waiting on you to get here. Now, I know it's been a few days since we've had a chat, or you've been over to my house, or we've had, you know, refreshments or snacks or whatever you want to call it. But today's the day. Today is the day for my neighbors to come over and have our neighborhood chat. You know, we have to catch up on the neighborhood watch, who's in charge this week, you know, because we got to look out for the neighborhood. Because if we don't look out for our neighborhood, nobody else is. And you know, it takes a village. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. But you know, it takes a village to raise YouTubers. And you know, we got to look out for one another. So that's why I have these weekly meetings. Every time I come out here, somebody fires up a lawnmower, a saw, a tractor, something. But we're just going to ignore that. I hope it doesn't happen again while I'm out here. We got these little bugs flying around too. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, you know, we got to watch out for each other in a positive way. Now, we don't want to be mean and ugly to each other. At least I'm not going to be. So I'm here waiting for you to drive up. And I'm sure that you all will be here in a minute. I know several of you have already gotten here. There it goes again. I got to go around my house and see what this is. Hold on. We're going to ride around here and see exactly where this chainsaw is coming from. You know, a tree fell on our shed. And it might be the guy that's trying to cut down the stuff from the shed. I don't know. I'm taking a different route too, so if I fall in a hole, y'all just look out. Which I don't think it's coming from my backyard. I wanted to tape in the shade today, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. No, it's down at one of my neighbor's houses. Oh, it's a motorcycle. It's not a chainsaw, it's a motorcycle. Y'all not going to believe this, which y'all might. This is what happens in the country. Now that's what I thought was a power saw. That's what happens in the country, folks. Yep, that's what happens. But anyway, thank goodness he's gone. But as I was saying, we got to be thankful. We got to watch out for each other. Be thankful for each other. Be appreciative. Let's talk about thankfulness for a moment. Maybe that'll be our subject for today. Do we really know how to be thankful? And when I say we, I'm including myself in every conversation that I have. Do we really know how to be thankful? I know I wake up in the mornings and I say I'm thankful to be alive and I'm here another day. I'm thankful for my family and thankful that they're all healthy and you know, I don't take anything for granted. Like when I was in my 30s and 40s or when I had good health, I took health for granted because I look back now and think I used to stand up 8 to 10 hours at the library and still come home and cook supper and, you know, get ready to go to bed, take a shower, all that. Now I cannot even stand up a minute and a half before I have to sit down. I mean, I guess I took that for granted that I was always going to be able to walk. But be thankful for the things that you have and you say, well, my life's not going good. Everything's going wrong. Nobody wants to be my friend. Everybody thinks that I'm a negative person, that I'm a mean person. Okay, you give off the impression to people that you want to give. Now that I can't control. But what I can tell you is if you start being thankful and grateful for the things that come to you in your life, no matter how small, because I'm thankful and grateful that I got this wheelchair that, guess what? It goes all the way up to a 5. That means I could almost race somebody. I don't have to put along behind everybody. I used to have to, when we'd go to the mall right after I started using a walker or a cane when I couldn't walk the mall like the rest of my family, they would say, sit right here till we get back. Well, I didn't get to be with them and share in the conversation, and I didn't get to shop like they shopped. I had to wait by myself till they got back to get me. Well, when I got my wheelchair and my scooter, oh my goodness, I was gone. I mean, I could move with them. I could keep up with them. I was back in the game. But I wasn't sad when I couldn't go with them. I was a little disappointed, but there was nothing I could do about it. I was thankful that I could even get in the car and go with them to the destination. I mean, you got to get to the point where you start off being thankful for the small things, and then bigger things will come. I mean, if you're not thankful for the small stuff in your life, how do you expect something big to come along and you recognize that you're supposed to be thankful for it? I mean, you got to start playing the game now, or having the feeling of thankfulness, and you think, well, why should I be thankful for, here it is. I'm going to just lay it out to you. Be thankful that you have a meal that for your next meal. Be thankful that you have a house. Be thankful that you have a car to ride around in. Don't take those things for granted, and please don't take your health for granted. Because I thought James and I were going to both retire, get a RV, travel to different states, and, we wouldn't have our children anymore and we can just go places. That dream didn't come true. Because now I'm stuck in a wheelchair. I mean, I tire out so easily. Sometimes when my family and I get together and they want to go places, I literally push myself to the edge before I tell them I'm tired, because I want to stay with them and spend that time with them. But eventually I have to say, I can't go anymore. But I'm thankful that I can still participate some way in their life. I mean, you got to be thankful for your friends, your family. Now, I know some of you say, whoa, you don't know my family. Okay, just let me say this to you. You don't know my family either. Now, I'm talking about my extended family. I'm not talking about my immediate family. Now, I love my extended family, but boy, can they wear me out. And, we can't choose our family. We can only choose our friends. And like I said, I love them all. But a lot of times, it's just like my heart doctor told me when I got my pacemaker. He said, look here, whatever brings you stress, you got to let it go. He said, I don't care if it's church. Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, church can bring you stress. Did you know that? I've experienced it. He said, I don't care if it's church, family, work, whatever it is, let it go. Whatever it is, let it go. He said, now I know you're going to have to endure some stress because, someone's going to pass away. One of your children are going to be sick. There's some undue stress that you can't control, that you have to be stressful about. But this everyday stress that people put on you that's not even necessary, I mean, you got to wake up in the morning and say, no, thank you. That's not for me to handle. Because, a lot of people don't know what the definition of responsibility is. because they feel responsible for every situation that comes their way. Well, the definition of responsibility is the ability to respond to your circumstances. That's what responsibility is. Well, if that's the case, what is your circumstance? I mean, usually it's something that is close, like you taking care of your household, you taking care of yourself to be healthy, you're taking care of your husband, your children, your pets, anything that's localized in your area, that's your responsibility. Now, other people's not your responsibility. I mean, people that's going, now you have friends that go through things, but they're not your responsibility. I mean, they need to take care of themselves. There's nothing wrong with helping them. But a lot of times when you start helping somebody, they tend to get dependent on that, and then they drain you. Oh, please don't let anybody drain you. Don't let them drain you from your joy and your happiness and your peace. You know, because a lot of people will drain you and you won't have anything. You won't have energy. You'll start thinking negatively. You'll physically get sick because you thought someone else was your responsibility that wasn't even, really close to you. And you say, well, Angie, you talk about giving and being nice and loving and all that. Yes, we can do all that. But we don't have to let someone attach to us like a leech and drain us of who we are. Because a lot of times, you have people out in the world that want to do that. You have to have boundaries. Now, a lot of us don't know how to put boundaries up. Now, and I've had to learn this myself, if we all knew how to put boundaries up, and that means like fences, let's just say mentally that's a fence. Like if I wanted to put a fence around my yard. So you put fences around yourself, like invisible fences, and you don't let anybody invade you to the point where it makes you physically sick, tired, angry, to the point where you say, I got to hide from this person. I got to run from them. I can't deal with them anymore. No. You stand up to that person and say, look here, I've got to take care of me because you're draining me of everything that I am. Now, I mean, even family members can do this. Sometimes children can do this. A husband, a spouse. We tolerate that more than we tolerate someone that we don't really know very well. And please, don't let someone don't know very well drain you of who you really are, because you matter. You matter. I don't know how many times I have to say that. It's not for you to take care of the whole world and make everything better for the whole world. I mean, it's not. It's not your responsibility. It's not my responsibility. You just wake up in the mornings, you just start off your day and say, oh, I woke up. Thank you. I'm going to make the best of this day. I'm going to enjoy it. And don't let somebody else make you feel bad for enjoying your day. Now, you got the people out there that will do that. That, you'll be in this jovial mood and you'll be happy and, and all this and you're showing all this happiness and joyfulness. And then you got this one person that come along and just rain on your parade for no reason. Because they're miserable. They want you to be miserable. Okay, what's that about? All right, you got to watch out for those people because that's the type of people that's going to drain you. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not trying to tell you that, I'm trying to guess at what I'm trying to say. I'm speaking from experience. Now, when one of your friends is sick and in need, of course help them. Help them to get back on their feet. Pray for them. Do whatever, but just don't take them on as a project that you just have to feel like you have to make their life happy. No, it's up to us to make our life happy or or better. It's not up to someone else to cause us to be happy. It's got to come within. So just remember, neighbor, next time someone tries to take your joy away, or your health, or you being in a good mood, or you spreading happiness to everybody, some people don't like me saying, well, come on in, neighbor. It's me, Angie. I mean, I'm sure some people get offended because they say, well, she can't always be in that good of a mood. And you know what? They would be right. I'm not always in this good of a mood. But 95% of the time I am. But the days that I'm not in this very good mood, I don't come to you and tell you how bad I have it. How bad my health is. How I can't get up some days. I don't come to you with all that. Because you know what? That's for me to take care of. It's not for you to deal with. It's for me to live this life. And it's for you to live your life. Now, if I want to talk to one of you in private and you ask me a question about my health, how am I doing? What exactly disease do you have? What does it do to you? How does it affect you? How do you handle it day to day? I'm going to tell them, and I'm not going to lie about it. It's not easy. But I'm not going to come on here and act like it's no big deal and I'm all up in the air and happy and joyful and, let's spread the good news every day, because I'm not. I'm not. I would like to think that I'm a strong person, but some days I just say, I don't know if I can do this anymore because I'm hurting so bad. I mean, things happen that just zap me, my strength out of me. Now, I don't want you to have sympathy for me. I'm just giving you facts. But having YouTube to be able to have my neighbors that I can just come to and we can have our neighborhood chats, and you can come over for coffee, tea, lemonade, brownies, chips, dips, anything like that, that brings me joy. And do you know what joy does? That brings me up. It builds me up. And you know what? Not changing the subject, but you remember on Steel Magnolias when Malin, I think that's her name, she said, oh my goodness, my haircut does look like a football helmet. That's exactly the way I feel with this haircut. It looks like a brown football helmet. But it'll grow out. But anyway, neighbor, just know this. The reality of it all is you matter. You take care of you. You love yourself. You do great things for yourself. I mean, treat yourself good. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Look in the mirror and say, you know what? You're beautiful. You matter. And with that being said, neighbor, bye.